All right, let's get it pumped up. Mm, yeah, yeah. All right. Anyways, let's talk about something today, y'all. We're gonna talk about the big topic. We're gonna type it up in the chart because I love the charts. You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk about some basic trading psychology. Well, psychology things, stuff. So the first thing we want to talk about is trading psychology important, and when is it the most important? Now, I'm a firm believer trading psychology is really important, guys. I mean, trading psychology is the difference between what makes a strategy work and doesn't work. But here's the thing that a lot of people get confused. They think that they have a trading psychology problem. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. A lot of traders don't have a trading psychology problem. The main problem they have is they don't have a consistent strategy. Okay? So then, when you don't have a consistent strategy, you're going to blame it on psychology. Because technically, psychology is trying to understand why or when you can't do something. But if you don't have a consistent strategy, then trying to understand that doesn't make any sense, because then you're not even focused on the right strategy yet, and you're already trying to find the bad habits that you're doing in that strategy. So the first thing you gotta do is you have to build a strategy where you back tested, you've seen the stats, you've seen it worked, and you've seen it be profitable. And then that's when you need to go and look at trading psychology, because that's when trading psychology matters. So, like, I love using myself as an example because maybe it's relatable. But you know, when I first started trading and I was developing my strategy, I didn't even have time to think about trading psychology because I was still in the development stage. So if you think that it's trading psychology and you're only like 3 months in, and think about this, I've been doing this for 5+ years. Okay, guys, I've been trading for 5+ years. I developed a consistent strategy, and it took me 4 years to find that consistent strategy. I haven't looked at trading psychology. I've looked at it, don't get it twisted, but what I mean by I haven't looked at it, more importantly, is because I didn't know I was going to be 100% profitable yet. You know, I didn't know that what I got is something that's going to work in any market condition, right? So then that's when I started, you know, finally, once I established like a consistent, like, okay, this is real, this is a money maker, I can do this. I back tested it. I've seen some pretty good numbers. I've seen the days where if I take this many amount of trades per day, I'll just use me as an example. So if I take 3 trades per day, right, win or lose, if I can do for 250 plus days which is how many days there are in the trading year, and I can win on around 60 to 70% of those trading days, then I'll be profitable because I'm trading with 2RR. Now that I have those statistics, that's when I have to go and look at trading psychology, because then that's when it starts to matter, where it's like, hey, how come you couldn't stick to your game plan? You said 3 trades per day, but today you went over to like 6 trades a day. You went to 10 trades a day. Now that's when you start wanting to take a look at trading psychology, because then that's when it's like, why are you not following the plan? Well, typically that's when psychology comes into play. You know, that's when you have to start thinking about, hey, topic number 2, do I have something to prove to myself, to other people, you know, enemies, frenemies, whatever, I can't spell right now. Frenemies, family, significant other, and the list, well, you can say it, parents, and on, right? So that's where psychology really matters, because it's like, you know that you can do it, but yet you force yourself to try to reach some certain goal within a certain amount of time. So then you start doing these things that jeopardize yourself, right? And then you know you're supposed to stick to 3 trades a day, but you're going because you want to hit those, 5 green days in a row, or you want to, show to someone that you can get a payout this week. Show to someone that you can get payout in a month. Show to someone that something. I can be this, I can be that. You're trying to prove, instead of focusing on becoming the best trader, which is sticking to the game plan, right? So then trading psychology really boils down to what you're trying to achieve in the short term versus the long term, right? So in the short term, you're looking at this person, you're looking at this goal, you're looking at something particular that's making you jeopardize yourself, instead of seeing the bigger picture and saying, pause, buddy, I just lost 3 trades in a row today. I'm down this many units, and I'm supposed to stop, but I'm gonna try to make it back, because I want to try to prove to these people that I can do it. I want to try to prove to myself that I can hit this goal. I need that payout. I'm 1 day away from payout, right? I mean, I've been there. You've been there, right? If you're an experienced trader, there's been moments where, especially when you're trading prop firms, right? And I'm speaking specifically trading prop firms, where you'll be 10K in your funded account, and you only need 1 day of 150, let's just say, right? But you somehow manage to not make 150, and instead you risk the whole account to make 150, and then you end up blowing your account when you are $150 away from a 5K payout. It has happened multiple times to people, me myself included, right? So that is a big reason for trading psychology, because that's when you start trading for P&L versus trading just to be a good trader, right? Because if you were trying to be a good trader, you would trade that day the same way and allow it to come to you, or you could do it the next day. You're delayed by one day, and that's called looking at the bigger picture. But the thing is, even if you're delayed by one day, you're not down a blown account, right? But the short-term mind says, I can force it, right? I risked 300 to make 150 my first trade, and I lost 300. Now I'm gonna double it, so I'm gonna risk 600 to make 450, right? And then now you're gonna risk 1200 to make 1050. You get what I'm saying? So you're just playing this game where you're like constantly doubling your risk, and each time you lose, you're making it harder and harder, when all you have to do is look, 150 to make 150, boom, I lose. 150 to make 150, I win. 150 to make 150, I lose. I'm gonna stop. Next day, 151 make 150, I win. And then boom, payout, right? Super simple, but the brain doesn't register that. The brain says, I have to do everything in my power today so I can take that payout tonight. And there's the crazy part, guys. It's almost like you don't even think why you need to have to take it out tonight. You just want it tonight, right? And the market doesn't care about what you want, right? So the market's going to do whatever it's going to do regardless of what you want, right? So you have to be the one in control enough to have the right psychology to say, 3 trades, win or loss, doesn't matter. I'm going to use the same risk management, and I'm not going to stop and change something different just because I want to win faster, just because I want to rush it so that I can take that payout faster. So yeah, the reason why we end up doing that again is because we feel like we have something to prove to someone, yourself, some sort of goal, whatever it is, you know, that you keep thinking about for your future self, where you're super short-term thinking at that moment, and it causes you to dramatically jeopardize your situation that you're in. Even though you're in a good situation, you just jeopardize it because that's just what humans tend to do, right? So now, here's another one. We'll talk about how do you beat it? How do you beat it? And I'm gonna be honest, it takes a lot of self-reflecting. It takes a lot of reps, right? So, and you gotta be good to yourself. This is how you beat it, okay? And I'm giving you the long game plan to beat it, because I'm not trying to give you that quick fix, right? Because there's a quick fix. That's motivation. Motivation is a quick fix, right? You listen to something and you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds really good, that's all I gotta do. And then boom, you do it for one day, and then the next day you're like, oh, it worked. And then you forget about it because you're so high off of dopamine that you crash. And then you go back to your old habits and you completely do the same shit, and you don't realize it. And then you're gonna go right back to that cycle where you're like, oh my gosh, how did I get back here? How the heck did I do this to myself again? So how you beat it is that every time you go through that cycle, because you're not going to be able to avoid it, it's going to come. But what you need to do is you need to give yourself some grace. You need to tell yourself, look, trust the process. It's a journey. Every moment in life happens for me, not for me, not to me, right? You have to understand everything is an experience. You are gaining levels to this game, right? So the faster and sooner you can make the switch in mindset, the easier it is going to be for you to continue getting better. And honestly, everything else kind of figures itself out, because you're gonna put in the work, you're gonna do everything that you need to. But the most important thing is, how do you beat these traumatic psychological experiences in the market where you're so close to taking the payout and then you jeopardize it by full porting for $150. You're so close to certain things and you jeopardize it for this, and this. You have to be really good at finding the silver lining to every experience. For example, like, let's say you full pour and you're like, oh my goodness, if I didn't full port and I just risked correctly, my account would still be alive. That is something that I need to try, right? It's something that I need to try next time to see what happens. What happens the next few trading days if I can stop myself here, right? That is when you learn to apply. So the next thing to this is you apply what you learn. Because you won't get better, or you won't level up from the experience that you gain until you try to apply it. Okay? Once you try to apply it, then you learn how to apply it correctly. Remember, you have to try it first, but the key is you apply it. So then you're doing it. So trying turns into doing, right? And then when you do it, it gets easier to do every single time, because you're now becoming a master at applying what you learn. And at that point, everything just seems to get better on its own, because you're finally learning how to change your mindset. And you're going from the mindset of why me to, of course, me, because I'm that guy. I'm the dude or girl, whatever. I'm that person, pretty much, right? I'm the one that's gonna get it done. Because nothing gets past me. That is how you become a master at trading, because you don't quit. That's why I would tell you guys the biggest trick to all this: resilience. Okay, resilience. I don't know how to spell this. I don't think that's right. Resilience. Is it with a S? S-E? Whatever. Anyways, resilience. Right? You need resilience. You need to have that. I'm not gonna stop until I know what's going on, right? And how to beat it, right? So you won't stop until you know what's going on and how to beat it. And then you beat it. And then you beat it. This is a quick way of summarizing how to beat trading psychology, but it's more deeper, so if you ever want to try to like talk to someone, or find a mentor or something, that's going to help a lot, because they're going to be able to explain exactly what you're doing wrong, right? They're going to kind of explain to you, like, hey, maybe try this, maybe do that. And you don't have to listen to everything they say, but just, it's also good to just vent it out sometimes, because if you vent it out, you're speaking your mind. And when you speak your mind, it makes you want to do it, right? And it makes it easier for you to now express yourself too. So speak your mind, so it's easier to understand. All right. And if you guys ever need someone or something too, you can always hit me up, right? You can find me on Discord. So Discord, Tao Trades, right? And I'm here for y'all. I want to make you guys as many good traders, great traders out there as possible. Because I know it makes a difference in life when you really put your time and effort into it. And thanks for joining. Hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video so that other people can have a chance to see this too.